This is part 2 of the weekly Waffle. Racetrack Ralphy, Danny Power. You're either watching us via the Racetrack Ralphy app or on YouTube, where you haven't yet got the Racetrack Ralphy app, and hopefully we can get it via the web shortly, and in 2 or 3 weeks' time.
It's not an app then, is it?
It's not just an app.
Racetrack Ralphy. Punting information via the web.
Raised my bat the other day when I got my 100th inquiry about when's it going to be on Android, so thank you for your inquiry. But well done to you for not having it on Easter Monday, where I had my first in 13 months, Dan. Wipeout.
Oh, wipeout.
Did not tip a winner on Easter Monday. So to anyone...
Doesn't matter. Dean Lester had a wipeout, I believe.
Yeah, I'm in good company, but... Nonetheless, if you bought my stuff on Easter Monday, tweet me a unique screenshot, if that's too hard for you to understand. Send me a nice email. No, just tweet me of something from the app to show that you've bought it, that someone else hasn't, so that's the unique part, and I will email you this week's form, because I was crap. But the meeting was crap, and Dan, this is what I don't get. The racing industry just said, you know what, because I got halfway through, I thought, why am I doing this? This is a country race meeting at Caulfield. The racing industry had just given up on public holidays.
Yeah, well, I think since Sydney decided that Easter's are moving, that their carnival are set dates, and they're not going to follow the moving feast that is Easter. Yeah. All of a sudden, that Monday meeting has lost a bit of relevance. Their meeting was average, too, wasn't it? Well,
race it at Mornington or something, because I won't do any more public holidays on the app, because it was a rubbish meeting. I saw a tracking shot on TVN at Caulfield, the track I grew up at, Dan, and there's empty. I thought, well, what a waste. And, all the footy action was on, so next year I'll be watching.
Empty. It's all about the turnover.
No, but I reckon the part that's equivalent is run better horses there, and because it wasn't interesting from a betting point of view. And you're right, it is all about the turnover. What was good about the turnover, though, was Sydney on Saturday. Saw us a couple of genuine superstars. One that probably didn't surprise us on the upside, it's a done deal, but one who did in Bell Sprinter.
Yeah, well, Bell Sprinter's been a promising horse for a while. That's the first time he's seriously delivered, and he delivered an A-grade performance, high rating performance, sensational sectionals. I don't think it's a horse you can necessarily trust to do it next time, but I'm glad for Jason Warren's sake, because people here at Slattery's, we gave Jason a horse a few years ago to train, and he did a wonderful job with an average horse. Yep. So we think he can train, and I'm rapt that he's got his Group 1 winner.
With Bell Sprinter, thank you to Stephen Dowden from Racehorse Photos, who tweeted out, I've forgotten I even said it, 14 months earlier when he beat Cole Grinder at Caulfield, I tweeted out that could be the best horse in Australia not called Bell Sprinter, not called Black Caviar, for instance. He was astonishing that day. Just a little pearl that Mark Lamboy from the Punter Show brought up that it come to light last spring. He's got a theory, if the horse's first run isn't that good, be very careful of it. Yeah. And it's probably in for a bad prep. Now, it did win first up last prep.
But it wasn't a great win.
Oh, it wasn't a great win, and the rest of its prep was crap. Yeah. Now, often there's a reason for it, and we've recently seen that with Manigar, who was horrific first up, and then somehow people wanted to forgive it second up. Like, the animal isn't right. And we've seen this with Bell Sprinter, that it's had a wind up. It's now right again. Still didn't expect it to do what it did on Saturday, but it was set up for it. And by that, and as you said, it's got bad habits. This Black Caviar race, I'd be very wary of taking it as an exacta horse. Because, Rain Affair might be bowling along. It was sensational. Talk about horses that didn't come up in the previous prep against Piero, over 1,300, and leaders have a good record running second to Black Caviar.
Yeah, they do.
So that's an interesting part of it.
Because when Black Caviar's sitting second, they don't come up and they don't go early before the turn. They sit and wait for her and let her dominate the race. And they're all chasing the second prize money. Often lets the leader get away with a soft sectional.
You're the 1A of the It's a Done Deal fan club, and he was he was going to win. He was a certainty, but probably better than.
He would peak at this meeting. Murray Baker told me, he said, "I really."
Eating your words? No, probably not.
No. Murray said to me 6 weeks ago. He said, "I'm going to have him at his peak on Roseville Guineas Day. Yes. That's his race, because he like a lot of us, not totally convinced that he's a 2,400 metre horse. As a 3-year-old, he's fine at 24.
So would you be rushing into the odds on, given that 5.5 star could
certainly not
bolt in the
certainly
BMW?
Not. I think one's going to be cruising along in front, and probably get a fairly easy time in the Derby, and I think he's won the Derby. He won the Derby running great sectionals. I think that day It's a Done Deal got too far out of his ground after drawing wide, but he also ran his last 1,057,
Yeah.
didn't get within
Didn't get
6
there.
lengths of the winner.
Yeah.
So, I'm not declaring him in the Derby because I think 5.5 Star's a terrific horse, and I couldn't believe some of the comments after the race. They were just declaring it's a done deal, and they've got a horse who's run second in the Australian Cup,
Yep.
second in the Ramvet,
Badly ridden.
badly ridden, and
Track
he's probably
against-
going to win the BMW.
Yeah.
It's terrific. It's going to be a great race today.
So that's Saturday night. Then we had the Dubai stuff, and I'm all over international racing. I was in bed by about 11 o'clock and missed it all.
Yeah.
But Animal Kingdom, Stand Up Australia, we were proud. American horse winning. But you
we
on
own
the breed.
it. We own it.
We do
Australia
own it.
Australia own half.
On the breed,
Elephant stuff.
it's your blog, thebreed.com.au.
Just Google the breed.
Yes, and you've made a point that is a Cox Plate type horse.
Well, I think it's a big risk for the American owners, Team Valor and Arrowfield, the new half owners, who are planning to stand the horse at stud this year, not to consider an Australian campaign in the spring, because I think we like to see these North American horses perform, fall in love with them here. We don't often get an opportunity, but because the history shows that Australians are very wary of breeding to North American horses that we haven't seen before. And I think it's a fantastic Cox Plate horse. What a instead of sending invitations out to Frankel and any other Martian that's around to come to the Cox Plate like Moonee Valley did last year.
Tremendous initiative.
Yeah, fantastic. It lasted 24 hours of promotion.
What do stamps cost nowadays?
It's absolute nonsense. But this year, why aren't they now? These are horses coming to Australia. Why aren't they talking to Arrowfield? Why aren't they talking to Team Valor and saying, listen, stay for the Cox Plate. We'll make it special for you.
Has Moonee Valley got a theatre of the horse out the back that can match Randwick's theatre of the horse?
Why is the theatre of horse not the racetrack? Why can't we have the viewing area?
Why don't they bring
I
back...
like it. It's a catchy name, but the theatre of the horse is actually the theatre, isn't it?
Maybe.
The theatre is where the performance is.
Maybe given John Massara's link and all that to really kick off the theatre of the horse, Animal Kingdom can serve a group of mares out there at the next race day. Something for the kiddies to watch. Oh, it'll be fantastic. Hey, so the protest at Caulfield on Saturday, I'm still trying to work out what the horse did. I know what the rider did, which was just... and didn't stop riding. And the stewards take a dim view of not stopping riding, excuse me, on Royal Island against Such Hope. But saw the head on. I don't see the interference at all.
No, maybe they use that intimidation factor. To be honest with you, I haven't studied the whole thing.
Yeah.
I wasn't, because I'm not betting, I saw a bit of Twitter angst. I wasn't surprised it was upheld. But yeah, I'll have to have a really good study. But I hate that, that Moonee Valley Stakes race, was one of the most disgraceful decisions I've ever seen for them to accept Craig Williams' claim of intimidation.
There was a bit of Johnny Salinichi walling. It's a
All
bit
right,
of,
John.
bit of
Happy
a
birthday, you know.
well, it was a toss-up who had the better 44th birthday. It worked out we're
Yours.
both Caulfield boys. We're born a day apart. Johnny's 44th, he had the protest taken away from him on the Saturday, and my 44th, I barracked for the Melbourne Footy Club. And I went and saw
I'm going
the
with John.
greatest
At least John
pile
got
of shit I've
second
ever
prize.
seen in my life. But look, the good thing is that they've changed all their culture. Is anything remain? Oh yeah, that's right. The CEO's still there, but good move. No, it's going well. Good is. And the Dean Holland inquiry, just trying to work out. We bring in other jockeys to say now. There's got to be a doubt. Can they uphold unless they've got a jockey saying, "I'm going to hook this horse," and I'm not suggesting Dean Holland said that. But it's too hard to, under a judicial system, to say to a jockey, you're 100% guilty, unless they've got ridiculously
it's almost
evidence.
impossible.
So
but that's why they introduced that rule, not giving the horse the best opportunity in the race. And
Still
I don't understand if it was established that he did go against. And now I'm not sure. Was it not established that he went against? I thought it was.
It was, but no. But that's where there's a bit of a perfect.
The trainers.
Glenn Boss on, so you think in the first Cox Plate that it won for Bart, it went against instructions.
Yeah.
So you can't say the jockeys. It wasn't to do with not instructions. It was to do what was it? Did it not give the horse every chance? Why not suspend jockeys for bad rides? For bad illogical rides and say sorry, you got that wrong. Have a couple of weeks off. And
I don't like that idea.
Oh, I love it. I'm a punter.
I know you do, but
He's part of the breed. I'm a punter.
I don't like that idea. I think it puts far too much pressure on jockeys. It'll stymie initiative.
As it is, they're not eating. They've got enough pressure on them.
No, stymie initiative. You know what? You want jockeys to have initiative to do things. You know, personally, I would look at that whole race and not just look at that. That's my opinion, anyway.
Personally, I'll look at 8 races at Mini Valley this week on the Racetrack Ralphy app, and we'll see him better. The rail's out 4. Go, you good thing.